So cool just to see Progress City sort of evolve because, 20 years ago, that first show set up here, and it took a little community effort to get it here, but it definitely did. There was a tie. It was between Danville, Rantoul, and Decatur, and sure enough, Decatur secured that deal.
The community stepped up and made them an offer they couldn't refuse. Negotiations are narrowing down for 3 Illinois cities, Rantoul, Danville, and Decatur.
In 2004, our very own David Brown was in Ellenman, Iowa, as the city of Decatur pushed to sign a 20-year agreement to have the show biannually.
We want to put a semi-permanent site somewhere in East Central Illinois, Decatur being one of those sites as a finalist.
We wanted the show site here in Macon County because we kind of feel like we're the epicenter of agribusiness.
Randy Prince was one of many pushing to bring the show to Decatur. Here's him in 2004.
We're the logical place to have the show. Decatur is at the heart and center of agricultural production in Illinois.
Prince and others secured the site and the plans. The only thing missing was community support. They needed businesses, farmers, and city leaders banding together.
I don't think anyone that we asked in the community said no. Everyone in Decatur, Macon County that we asked to step forward and step up and help with the process said yes.
Prince recalls in 2004, 70 different companies and organizations stepping up. Gail Saunders, the president at the time of Richland Community College, helped bring everyone to the potential site.
You can say that we created a campaign that said, hey, Decatur, we like it here.
We invited all 70 of those companies to be there, and we lined them up like a receiving line, and they said, hi, my name is so-and-so, I'm from such and such company, and we're going to provide X. If you ask Matt Youngman, who is still the show director, he and his boss will tell you that they had to come to Decatur because Randy Prince wouldn't let them go anywhere else.
Decatur answered the questions that we asked better than anybody else.
But it's not just the community aspect. This show site is unique, having such things as roads, parking, even bathrooms. Seeing what a disaster rain can have on a show site was one of the focuses of these plans. Prince says the team went to the Milwaukee Brewers' new stadium to see how wide their concourses were.
If you're at Progress City, one of the things you'll also notice is most roads are crowned in the middle, so the water runs off to the edge and then runs off into a drainage system. We built the roads at Progress City in reverse so that the water drains to the middle of the road, and we use that as the curb so that when people are walking around the show site, they don't have to look down all the time to make sure that they don't step off a curb.
And when those gates opened for the first time in 2005, excitement filled Progress City, USA. But just because the show is at a permanent site doesn't mean it loses its rich traditions. Rick Wild, the Farm Progress Show on-site operations manager, says it still embodies the same feeling of the early days.
A lot of it is just still the attendees, so majority of your farmers, average ages are 60, 70 years old. So a lot of those folks that came to our early shows that were, obviously they were younger at that time, still attend this show.
And every 2 years, this show site transforms, bringing ag's biggest and brightest to the Soy City.
The biggest thing is the technology and the tractors, the amount of people that come here, the different changes that we've done on the show site. So in 2015, when I came aboard, the show site was just as you see it now, other than the south expansion. We ended up adding 3 streets in the south just to get more people in and to cover what we had for exhibitors.
And for city leaders today, like Mayor Julie Moore Wolf, seeing the vision in 2005 continuing for 20 years is something special.
A long time ago, going back many decades, we were happy just to be finalists for something this big. And now we're not. Now we want to win. And we won Farm Progress 20 years ago. We're excited that they saw the investment this community made and how important it is to us, because this is home every other year for the largest farming exposition there is.
And while the equipment and technology changes at this show site, one thing always remains, and that's community pride.
I'm just glad we were able to have the vision to make it happen, but it took everyone in the community to make it happen.
Very nice, Karen. I like to say now that we're starting our third decade with the Farm Progress Show here in Decatur. So our 11th show, a couple years from now, it'll be the 12th show. So
just so cool, David, to kind of reflect on where you were and 05 to where we are now.
What happened to my dark hair? I don't know.
Hey, there's still hints of it there.
Yeah.
It's hanging on.
Skunk look there.
Well, no, what I thought was so interesting was the roads. They come in so that the water will drain towards the middle instead towards the outside where all your vendors are.
It was a lot of things were thought out about the infrastructure, some electricity or whatever, the water lines, things along that line. They had to think about all of it, and it developed in a very short period of time.
One of the things that I thought was interesting too was that they actually expanded like a couple more roads too.
That was during the growth from a few years ago that they added on some extra streets out to, I think now up to 12 streets. But
Yeah.
It's so crazy. It's getting bigger and better each and every year. And you can still have some time to come check it out here today on day 3 of the Farm Progress Show. We are just an hour and about 14 minutes out from the gates opening for day 3. That happens at 8 this morning. The show will then be open until 4. Tickets are $25 per person. Kids 12 and under, of course, get in for free. Again, today is the final day of the show, so hustle on down here and see it before it goes.